thought maybe that was too.
When workers' rights are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When workers' rights are under attack, stand up,
Fight back!
Workers' rights under attack.
Stand up, fight back!
That's right. That's right.
We're off, right?
Good morning, everyone. Happy Friday. My name is Nikki Dykema. I am a proud public servant, and I'm a proud member of the BCGEU. I'm very pleased to be your MC for today's event. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge that we are on the traditional, unceded territories of the Lekwungen-speaking people, known today as the Esquimalt and Songhees First Nations. Thank you. Hechka. We have several speakers today. First, you'll hear an update from BCGEU President Paul Finch. Next, you'll hear from Executive Director of the Professional Employees Association, Melissa Morose. We will then hear from Lynn Bickert, Hospital Employees Union Secretary of Business Manager, President of the Health Sciences Association of BC, Sarah Cooner, President of the Federation of the Post-Secondary Educators, Brent Calvert, and President, BC Nurses Union, Adrian Gehr. After their comments, we'll open the floor to questions from the media. Please welcome Paul Finch.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you. really proud to be here with so many incredibly solid striking members, not just in the BCGEU and the Professional Employees Association, but I just want to, before I begin, say a huge thank you to the Canadian Union of Postal Workers, CPW, come down from their lines. Thank you so much. We're with you. And of course, I'd be remiss, the striking workers at the Coast Victoria Hotel from Unite Here Local 40. Thank you so much. It's an absolute solid group, and so many others. So we're just at the end of the 4th week of this strike. And throughout that period, you've seen members across the province standing up for a fair deal in a difficult affordability situation, coming together for each other, for what's fair, for what's right, and I want to emphasize this, for what consistently the public support here as well. We've seen unprecedented levels of inflation and the cost of living rising in this province. We've seen over a 10-year period, the average wage in the province has gone up more than 12% above the wages of our members in the civil service. This is a crisis. This is a problem. And it should be no surprise that our members voted 93% to authorize job action and to reject the government's last offer. I think we're going to talk about this a bit later, but I'll touch on this briefly now as an update. Last night, the government reached out and said they wanted to come back to the table. And they were coming back to the table with an enhanced offer. We were hoping that we'd be able to get back this weekend. The earliest they're able to come back is Monday. And so we've got our whole bargaining committee down. We're going to be ready to go. And we're going to be ready to go do the hard work to get a deal if a deal is there. But I want to be clear on this. The picket lines are going to remain up. And as you can see, that has widespread support. And we're going to make sure that we get a fair deal for our members. So we're optimistic, but we're cautiously optimistic. I think we're going to get into that later. But I want to talk a bit about why we're here today. And that's to deliver a very clear message. The labor movement in the province of British Columbia is united. We need a government that addresses and looks after the needs of working people in this province, and the labor movement's prepared to fight for that. So you're going to hear a lot of speakers today. And the reason you're going to hear a lot of speakers today is because I'm really privileged to be standing with a group of people who represent working people across this province, who are elected in their positions to represent working people across this province. And we have a unified message for government. We need a province that works for working people. So before I turn the mic over to my colleagues and, of course, the Executive Director of the Professional Employees Association, Melissa Moroz, I just want to say a huge thank you, not only to all the striking members out there, but all the members of the public who've supported us in this fight. We see you, we hear you. Thank you so much. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Melissa.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. My name is Melissa Moroz, and I'm the Executive Director of the Professional Employees Association. I do want to start by recognizing the incredible strength of PEA members and our allies from the BCGEU. These public service workers have been standing shoulder to shoulder on the picket lines across this province for the past 4 weeks. Their courage is why we are here. Their resolve is why we will get a fair deal. Over the past few weeks, I've been traveling this province to visit members on the picket line, and I've heard about the important work that they do in their communities. And it's hard to be on strike, taking a stand. But we are here now in the longest strike in our history, and our members are stronger than ever. If you have been on the picket lines, you are the heroes of this job action. From day one, you have stood together on the lines, showing the strength in our unions. You made a great sacrifice, and we are so grateful. Earlier this week, engineers from the Ministry of Transportation joined our picket lines. These workers keep BC highways and bridges safe. They deliver on big projects like the Patello Bridge in the Lower Mainland. And when disaster strikes, they're the ones who help rebuild the province. I remember when the floods happened in 2021 that took out major highways like the Coquihalla. It was these workers that left their families for weeks to rebuild, and they made great sacrifices to build the infrastructure that we all rely on. But it's not just about bridges and highways. Public sector workers in the province are the connective tissue that keep our communities safe, resilient, and thriving. From wildland firefighters, foresters, court workers, and psychologists, to probation officers, social workers, and geoscientists, the PEA and the BCGEU make up over 36,000 public service workers in this province. And every job matters. Every worker matters. Together, the PEA and the BCGEU make the public service the backbone of this province. And today we are hopeful. The BCGEU will be back at the bargaining table on Monday, but our picket lines will stay up until a fair deal is reached. We didn't come this far to go backwards. The past 4 weeks have shown us exactly what workers are prepared to do to win respect and fairness. Our message to the BC government remains the same. You cannot build the future of this province without us. We will stand united, side by side with the BCGEU and our allies on the picket lines, in union solidarity across the province until we win a fair deal. Thank you.
Thank you. Please welcome the Secretary Business Manager of the Hospital Employees Union, Lynn Bickert.
Thanks, everyone, and good morning. It's so great to see everybody out here, and the rains have held off, which is so fantastic. So my name is Lynn Bickert. I'm the Secretary Business Manager of the Hospital Employees Union. My pronouns are she and her. And I am also the lead negotiator of the Facilities Bargaining Association, which is the largest public sector bargaining association in British Columbia. I am also here with our President, Barb Netterpel, some of our provincial executive members, and our staff. And on behalf of 60,000 HEU members, I am bringing greetings of support and solidarity to the BCGEU and the PEA members, and we're with you all the way. You know, we are so appreciative of the fact that the BCGEU and the PEA are holding this today. It is so important for us as a labor movement to show that we are united in this fight for good public sector services and for support for our public sector members. Very, very important. You know, we've been on the picket lines. We've talked to GEU members. We've talked to the PEA members. We've heard what they've said. And we are in support and solidarity for their fight for a fair collective agreement. Because you know what? Their fight is all of our fights in the public sector. We're all fighting for improved working conditions and for a fair collective agreement. Public services, the public sector and public services are so critical to British Columbia, and we know that British Columbians want them. They want quality public services. They support quality public services. They are critical for our community, for our children, for our families to flourish. And they also support the BC economy. They are a significant contributor to the BC economy. And so today, we stand here with the GEU and with the PEA, shoulder to shoulder, showing our support for their fight. Solidarity.
Please welcome the President of the Health Sciences Association of BC, Sarah Cooner.
Thank you. My name is Sarah Cooner, and I am here representing the Health Sciences Association of British Columbia. I am here to show that 24,000 healthcare and social services workers are standing in support of BCGEU and PEA. We are here because we know that what you've been offered is not good enough. We are in tough times. We know that cost of living is continuing to crawl up higher and higher, and we need for you to be looking towards a future with fair wages for your workers. Your members are burnt out. Our members are burnt out. Behind me, you will see leaders of the labor movement standing in solidarity with BCGEU and PEA. We are standing beside you. We are standing up, but we are not standing still. The labor movement moves together, and we are going to move towards solidarity. We are going to demand fair wages. We are going to demand safe working conditions, and we are going to move forward. We are aware, and we are not naive to the fact that the BC government is facing hard choices, but we need to remain clear that suppressing wages is the wrong choice. The people of British Columbia need a working system, and our economy depends on it, and that is why we stand with these workers. Fair wages, thank you. Fair wages are deserved. An actual, meaningful investment in British Columbia is needed to keep our public services running. And we are in solidarity, and we remain standing on the picket lines until that happens.
Please welcome the President of the Federation of Post-Secondary Educators, Brent Calvert.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. The Federation of Post-Secondary Educators isn't a widely publicly known group, so I just want to explain we represent 10,000 what we call academic laborers at 18 of the colleges, special purpose research universities and research universities in British Columbia right across the province from corner to corner. The reason why it's important for you to know that is the message we want to send clearly to the government that our 10,000 members that are here want to send that message that this fight is our fight, and we're 100% philosophically aligned with BCGEU and PEA on what they're doing here. They have our unbridled support. And anywhere that there's a picket line in the province, our members will be out and supporting them in this fight. The second point I want to make is a point of contrast. The NDP government's primary objective is affordability. The bit of hypocrisy inside of this for me that is galling is that BCGEU and PEA are working on that same message for their members. They're dealing with affordability through wages that give dignity and respect and allow people to hold their head up high working in the public sector in British Columbia just to get ahead, right? And that's really important that we make that contrast. They're fighting for the same thing, and I'm so glad to hear that they're headed back to the negotiation table. The last point I want to make is about the mandate system in British Columbia. For those of you that don't know, about 20 years ago, this same NDP government brought in a provincial mandate structure. And that means the unions that are at the head or lead of the negotiation process, so for today, that's BCGEU and PEA, set a table or a template that's used for the rest of the province. Over the past 20 to 25 years, what this mandate structure has done is effectively diminish public sector wages in British Columbia to the tune of 25% below the other regions in Canada. That is shameful. Okay, so let's send that strong message to the NDP government. You created this. You've got an opportunity to do the right thing here. Address the affordability, right? Be professional in doing this. This mandate structure is a big problem that we've got to address. That fight will be coming soon enough. And I thought it'd be a great chance to quote from the great band Rage Against the Machine, right? What better place than here? What better time than now? Solidarity.
Please welcome the President of the British Columbia Nurses Union, Adrian Gear.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm here on behalf of the province's 55,000 nurses that deliver quality health care. I want to say thank you to Paul and the other labor leaders for including us today. It means a lot. And I'm here to tell you that all 55,000 nurses are here in solidarity with all of the BCGEU and PEA members that are on strike until they can achieve a collective agreement that respects them. All workers in this province deserve dignity. PEA members and BCGEU members deliver essential services, public services to this province. Yes, there are some fiscal challenges, but for us to have a strong economy, we need to invest in public services. That's how we're going to get people to come here and invest in our province. My challenge to the government, don't be so short-sighted. When you have the opportunity to go back on Monday, you treat these people with respect and you negotiate a collective agreement that respects all of them. I want to say congratulations to all the members that have been out on the picket lines. I know it's hard. BCNU has been able to come and visit you, and we are so inspired by your resolve to stand together, united. You are making a difference. You have forced this game into overtime, and we are all rooting for you. And so best of luck on Monday. And again, we are here with you and stand in solidarity. Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to open up to questions from the media. Please welcome Paul Finch.
Before we begin, I just want to say, if there was any doubt of where the labor movement is at and stands with regard to this strike, I think that's been settled here. And it's not just the labor movement, it's working people in this province support other working people in this province, and we will win. So there's a couple points there. A fair deal is one that respects the needs of our members, that addresses the concerns that we've articulated throughout this process. I won't get into further details in that. We're going to respect the negotiation process. We're here to bargain. So we're ready. Our whole bargaining committee is prepped. We're going to be there a day early, ready to go. And so if there's a deal to be had, we will get it. My message to the Premier is very simple. Let's end this. Come to the table with a real deal. Let's get it. Let's get this done. Well, look, if I don't want to speculate too much on that. I'll just say that picket lines will remain up, and if we don't see a fair deal, we're going to continue on that course to get one. And I'll tell you, if there's any doubt about the resolve of our membership to achieve a fair deal, we'll go walk a picket line with them for half an hour. Any other questions?
Would we see other unions join you on the picket line?
That's a great.
We've been there.
So look,
Every day.
absolutely. We've had unions from across this province, and I just want to take this opportunity to thank each and every one of them. I also want to thank the Movement of United Professionals, the BC Professional Firefighters Association here with us today, and so many more unions that have spent so much time. We felt such an incredible surge of solidarity, and that's what this labor movement is about. So yeah, absolutely. And look, there's some sectors out there bargaining right now, and I can tell you, it doesn't look like some of those negotiations are going too well, because they also recognize that the government's last offer isn't going to work. So absolutely, if this doesn't get settled, I think you're going to see an escalation, not just in our union, but in other bargaining units across this province. Any other questions? Think we covered it? Awesome. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, really appreciate it. Thanks.
So, solidarity. So, solidarity. So, solidarity. So, solidarity. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. Woo!